Hey everybody, Ron Baber here with your tip of the week. This one comes actually after a coaching call that I had last week with one of my great clients. And it's actually a concept or a strategy that I taught for many, many years. Haven't really mentioned it in a while, so I want to bring it back to life because I think it's really relevant right now. And that is pretty much all of you live someplace where there is a local publication. It's your local newspaper, or they might have multiple local, those ones that you might see in a supermarket or wherever the case may be, but it's really hyper-local news. And we have a couple of them in my town, and I've noticed like for years, there was always people writing articles in there. There was always like the real estate expert or what have you. And I've actually noticed that those people are gone. There's no shortage of advertisements for realtors in these publications, but I'm not seeing any kind of informational articles or anything. And I think that's just a reflection of that people who are advertising are just thinking one-dimensional. Let me just advertise. What I would like you to do is I want you to go and contact, especially today with the help of ChatGPT. By the way, don't let it write all of it for you, but with the help of ChatGPT, you could start writing for your local paper. You become the mortgage or the housing expert, and you can talk about, even though you're in mortgage, you could talk about real estate. You could do an interview with a realtor. You can do an Ask the Expert column. The first thing that I would love you to do is I'd love you to reach out to your local newspapers, your regional papers, and say, look, are you looking for any content related to the housing market? Because I don't see anything really being written about it. And if they say yes, great. Would you be open to having myself, if you like my writing, a featured article in every edition, and I'll be the one that'll provide you content every single week. And you'll be amazed. I won't say all of them will, but many of them, they're starving for content. So they're looking for things that will help their audience. So you want to be informative. You don't want to be negative. You don't want to be pie in the sky positive. You want to just be informative. But now you're following the path of it. And if you've heard me say this, stop asking yourself, if you're asking this, where do I get business? Saying, how do I let more people know what I do for a living? And the more people you let know what you do for a living, the more they see you as an expert, the more they will make your phone ring to ask you questions about mortgage financing or things related to housing. And remember, if you are the focal person in that article and they're contacting you, you can always have a conversation with anyone and just say, let me ask you a question. You buying a home right now? Are you currently working with any local realtors? I happen to know many of them, and I'd be happy to introduce you. You're making yourself a celebrity. You're making yourself a star. So this is just one simple concept that you can use. Next week, I'm going to actually give you a concept that you can layer on top of this that'll get you even more exposure and more notoriety in your town. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Take care.